Bait is our word for today. Now I know I am falling for a trap and I wanted to fall into a trap. I'm falling for Ragebait and I'm proud. I'm like SpongeBob. I got rage baited and I'm proud. Yeah, I just wanted to show you a clip from a dude I found on Instagram. And it's not just him, there's also his friend, but that's in the later part of the video. And for now, let's just focus on this dude.
Spraying ice on random newbies. He crashed out after.
Holy shit.
She didn't notice. She got pissed. Played it on. Went for the same girl. Left the ice before I get caught.
Yeah, you see that? That is trash. That split second of that dude spraying snow on that unsuspecting kid made me want to make this video. You can see how fascinating people's mind work, instantly turning to annoying and harassing people when views are on the down low. I wonder why that happened. Well, I guess that's one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the universe. But this fella is extra weird because he had a fairly successful viewership going on with his rating moonwalks on ice, so why switch to being a nuisance? And why the kid? But I digress now. As you may have guessed, I am not the only one who fell for the bait, because quite a lot of people are genuinely mad at him for doing that. And oh, his response to those hate comments are very, very interesting. So join me and let's jump in his septic tank together. Now this is just an appetizer because he gets a little combative towards the end. Y'all, this kid getting tons of views for icing a small child. Don't comment and argue, just report the profile so he stops getting views. And he said, they asked me to do it. Yeah bro, keep telling yourself that. And here he said, why? And he said, why not? Great point. Checkmate, guys. He is annoying people and spraying ice on that unconsenting kid because why not? Oh, damn. Epic. A pretty valid argument, right? I mean, that type of argument can win you lawsuits, I'll tell you that. Now here he started dialing down to the trashiest argument imaginable. The "it's just snow bro, what's the big deal?" That argument. And again, you will see later that he will get a little defensive towards the end. Doing that to a baby is crossing the line. And he said, just snow. Also here, you ever watch this video again, truly realize that this ain't even funny bro? Log off. And again, he said, bro, it's just snow. Again here, he said, what do you mean? It's just soft snow. Then after that just snow defense, he gets more defensive and made up this story that everyone that he did that on agreed to it. He said that if you've been sprayed, you'll know that it just dries off after a minute. The people sprayed all agreed to be in it. Yeah, that kid? Yes. He's right, that kid do look like that he or she is old enough to consent to that. Just wow, that is very nice, Mr. Douchebag. Now let me weigh in on that stupid argument, the it's just snow trash. And let me give you a similar example. So example, I splash water on your ugly face. Just enough, just your face didn't get on your clothes. Then I wipe your face down, no problem. I can dry you quicker than a minute. So that means no hard feelings, right? Then I'd be like, oh, it's just water, plus you're dry now, so what's the big deal? You know, it's still extremely rude, right? It doesn't mean that I'm not the asshole for doing that. Plus, did you know that in some states, spraying someone with a water hose can be considered as a form of harassment? Yeah. So with a Saul Goodman on your side, a good lawyer, you can absolutely argue that spraying shaved ice on someone else's kid's face can be considered as a form of harassment. Apologies, I got sidetracked. The point is, you're a piece of shit with clown makeup for doing that, especially to a kid, and I hope you realize that. But hey, no worries, he later retracted that statement on another comment. So they said, sad little man. And again, he defended himself with, what do you mean? It's just a little gust. Most of these people in the video were laughing. They were asking me to teach them. I also explained what I'm doing, and they agreed to be in it. Yeah, sure bro, I'm sure that kid asked you to spray them with ice, laughed, and told them to share their reaction. And I'm sure that kid's mother is dying of laughter after what you did to her child. Now for those of you who aren't astute observers like my dumbass, the keyword on what he said earlier is most. most of the people. Now I'm no Sherlock Holmes or Detective Conan here, but my smooth brain deduced that I think that kid and their mother is not one of the most people that agreed to be on his video. I ain't exactly picturing that kid's mom to be like, "Oh, you're so cool, man. Yeah, my snow-covered kid is lame. I mean, you sprayed snow on my kid's face. That is awesome. Can you teach me and my snow-covered kid how to do that, please?" Now let me ask you here, Mr. Cool Guy. Did spraying snow on that kid's face felt good? Huh? A little adrenaline rush? A rush of dopamine? Yeah, I bet it did. Because after that hate brigade, he posted that clip a few more times before stopping completely. It's the same clips, just in different orders, but him spraying that kid with snow in the face is still there. Yeah, sorry, scratch that. He only sneaks in old clips, but some of them are entirely new, which is a lot worse. Because that means that he is constantly harassing random people for views and content. And this asshat always, I mean always, adds the clip of him nailing that child in the face. For Ragebait, I guess. Ugh, talk about mega lame. And I think this dude is right on his comment here. And also, I think he realized that his Ragebait isn't working, so he started to give the people what they wanted by filming people that's mad at him. But the problem is, it's staged. Huh. Man, you can't imagine the amount of vomit I'm suppressing from the giga cringe he's been giving. And of course, he wouldn't forget to add that clip of that kid again. Ugh, what a dork. Now I actually found his friend upon editing this video, and it seems like that kid isn't the only one getting blasted in the face. And there's even one clip where they made a kid cry. Now I just don't get why people are defending this crap. I mean, I find them weird. Now doing that to adults I can understand because, you know, adults are old enough to handle that kind of nuisance. Like, they'll just cringe and skate away. But don't get me wrong, it's still nuisance trash, but for kids, they wouldn't know any better. And that shit can cause trauma, trust me. Especially if those kids are strangers. And I mean, some kids like it, sure, but you gotta keep in mind that probably most of them kids don't like being sprayed in the face by a stranger while learning how to skate. And to all those people who think this is funny, we're probably the first one to bitch out or crash out when they're the ones getting blasted in the face because, remember, it's only funny when it happens to someone else. And then they started to recognize that what they're doing are trash and started to edit the titles and saying that they asked for the parents' permission, saying it was staged, saying that they're having fun, or saying that they asked for it. Like, sure bro, I'm not gonna argue whether or not you edited that caption out after realizing that blasting kids with ice in the face ain't really okay unless they consented or having fun. Sure. But why kids? I mean, some of them I can see aren't even aware. They just seem annoyed. So why not do it to adults only? I mean, why kids? I know. Ragebait. So yeah, I just wanted to share and shit on that goober I found on Instagram because I personally believe that we are doing the whole universe a great service by shitting on unhinged people like him. So yeah, that's it. Bye.